Hello, Grand Rising. How are you? I will note, I'm very late. Sorry. Total of 4 minutes late. My apologies. It's never my intention to hold you here longer than you would like to be. So I'm going to give you an excuse, but it's in no way excusing my tardiness today. I was cooking a quiche and I didn't time it properly. Excuse me. Didn't time it correctly, and so I was a little bit late. I still don't know what the visual is going to look like right now, so this may look completely wonky. You may even be staring at the TV. Okay. That looks fine there. Alright. Ethereal, hello. How's it going? I'm gonna do a mic check in a second. Yeah, I know. I went to your chat room as well. Came to have a look at you at your channel as well. All right. I need more light, please. Just running a little bit late, so I will be. Organizing my things. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm literally just plodding along to get this scenery looking the way that it normally does. I don't know why. I went to visit my friend Liam and I took everything with me. Literally brought everything with me. I don't know why. So unnecessary. But yeah, normally I waste the first 5 or 10 minutes playing around with the lighting, the settings. But I'd hope to be a little bit more prepared today. My apologies. So, on the talking notes today, I feel like the 22 card spread could go in a multitude of directions. So I do have 4 main questions here, or 3 main questions in one statement. So the Earth elemental message felt like was coming through. Where is Spirit leading you through Taurus season? The air elemental message felt like, where have you learned, grown, and expanded? The water elemental message felt like it was, what have you released to make room for ... I'll leave that to you. And then the fire elemental message feels as though it's asking us, what will you set into motion for Gemini season? So I'll leave those 4 statements with you while I change to look a little bit nicer for you. But yeah. Okay with this. And my black one. Perfect. Alright. Do, 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 do. Okay. Divine Elemental, hello. Hello to Jane. Hello to everybody. Alright, here we go, here I am. Hello. Bonsoir. Babu, hello. Try drawing Sri Krishna. Alright, so again, before I start the 22 cards, I will reiterate 4 main thoughts, questions to consider throughout this reading. Excuse the dog hair. I live with 3 big doggos. And yeah, I give them cuddles all the time because I love dogs. But yeah, allow me to give myself some backing music now. Okay. Got that in the bag. Push this to the live. Double check the sound. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Double check mic check. 2. Double check mic check. Sounds good to me. It sounds a bit echoey, but I'll deal with that myself. Spirit, I call you into the here and now. I ask that you be present here and now to help, to consecrate, to facilitate a connection to all consciousness, one consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever language you use to describe the here and now. I thank you for choosing to be present. I thank you for choosing yourself, really. This entire life is a free choice. It's a free for all. There's no one person to follow. There is no group to follow. There's no right way to go. There's no wrong way to go. There is only the truth that you live with inside of yourself. There is only the truth that you interact with on a moment-to-moment basis, from the here and now, or from any space that you project yourself into the future. With full awareness, with you being able to slow down the external reality process to something that's more manageable for you, this is where you begin to see different things as coincidences, confirmations, or even just guiding posts so that you can make decisions to move yourself in one way or another. Now, once upon a time, we used to be creatures that would hunt and gather. So, as creatures that would hunt and gather, we would gain familiarity with animals, gain familiarity with game trails, and also gain familiarity with the change of seasons. So, seasonally, it would take a village to raise up a little one, and so we, for the most part, are still there. We haven't progressed much more than, I would say, the hunter-gatherers, it's only changed the way that we do our work. Because we've started counting money, and because we've started to hold money as a way of trade, as a way of life, we now have more roles, or we had more roles, where people were counting and holding accounts of money, right? If this money thing were to disappear, then we would go back to trading, bartering. We would go back to a system that benefits all of us all at once, not any one person or any one group of people. Even the feudal system seems a little bit outdated for the here and now. I don't understand fully how we were able to separate ourselves mentally to the point where we would go to war with each other over land masses, or even crop land masses. It's interesting to me. But we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it. So we've had one world war, we've had 2 world wars. Let's hope we can change our patterns of behavior so that we can move towards something different. Otherwise, what will the world look like after a 3rd war? I don't know. I don't know that I would enjoy living in that kind of world. I don't know if you would enjoy living in that kind of world. The movie Mad Max comes to mind, which ain't that great, but yeah. That movie was specifically showing us what happens when water becomes precious, what happens when water becomes a resource that is not easily accessible. Now, that isn't very far from being true for a lot of countries. A lot of countries don't have access to clean, drinkable, potable water. And so they rely on other people to do their purification process for them. Where is this going, Spirit? What have you released to make room for? Water elemental message. I guess the important part to remember is that you are somebody who's existing inside of the here and now. You're not somebody who is stuck to any way of thinking. You're not stuck to any way of life that's not conducive or agreeable for you. If you are somebody who enjoys waking up in the morning, going for a walk, if you're somebody who enjoys going for a walk in the afternoon, whatever it is, however it is for you, then you're somebody who has a symbiotic relationship with the nature around you. You're somebody who recognizes that you can't really change the external reality until you're willing to change who you are and what you stand for, where you're going, and what you hope to achieve with your lifetime. When you don't have a clear sense of what you want, when you are traveling through this reality, that's where the universe can give you options. This is where the universe really can start to seemingly confuse you or offer you things which you may not be interested in receiving. In order to tempt you, in order to show you, stagnance is something that I believe the universe does not permit, does not allow, does not entertain for very long. So I believe the universe will constantly challenge you to be better, to be bigger, to be better, to do better. Only when you're ready to. It will offer. And it might offer you before you're ready, and then it might not offer you for a while after you have gained readiness. But that's a universal game, it's a universal trick. You can move things forward for yourself at your own pace, at your own leisure, in your own timing. But it takes for you to slow down and recognize what it is that the universe is trying to say to you specifically and personally. Because this universe is an experience that we're all experiencing concurrently. The way that I like to look at it is from the perspective of a clock. If we imagine that there are 12 points to this clock or this circle, those 12 points mark the paths that any one individual can take. Any one individual can take the path of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There isn't necessarily a right or wrong way. There is only the way that you choose to live your life. And when you add your personal flavor, when you add your personal flair to the experience, this is where the experience becomes full. This is where we experience all 12 aspects throughout the day. And so, to the one person who's still here and now, cheers for being here. I get that what I'm saying might sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo and probably not what most people were here and now for, but yeah. I've always been somebody who's very willing to shake the room by means of talking about things which might be a little bit more deeper, a little bit more personal, a little bit more challenging, just to make sure that the right people are actually here for the message. Because I don't have a problem telling people that they don't have a seat to sit at my table. I do only speak to 12 people, and I do consider myself to be one of those 12 people. We might be waiting for one person to come and unify us as a 13, but that's a whole other story for a whole other channel. So cheers. Thank you for humoring me. Thank you for listening. Take anything if it resonates, but otherwise don't. Ultimately, I'm somebody who enjoys philosophy, I enjoy conversation, I enjoy learning about other people, and I enjoy expressing myself as I am. And I'm very grateful to everybody who connects with these messages at whatever capacity they can. I don't hold any judgments for other people's attention spans. But yeah, I do appreciate the people that come through and chat regularly and make this moment special for the sake of it just being a special moment. I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to be able to tell you everything that's coming in your future, but I can tell you that everything that I've gone through in the past, in my 35 years of life, has fully and always prepared me for the very next moments that I make or take a decision for myself or for what I think now is called destiny. So, I mean, destiny's a big word and fate is a big word, and if you are somebody that plays with those words, then yeah, let me know how you interact with those words, because the word mandate is something that I've been speaking for a little while from this channel, and it is something that I'm feeling more and more and more. I'm feeling more and more people receiving their own messages, people acting on their own messages, people connecting with their ancestors, people actually using the messages that come through to help their entire collective field elevate. So yeah, good little intro there. Thank you for humoring me again. But yeah, let's get to some cards. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, call you into the here and now. I ask that you protect this moment, protect everybody that connects with this message, protect this message from anybody who would seek to devise a plan to make it their own. Allow only those who understand discernment, who understand resonance, who understand frequency to connect, collect, and gain from this message. Only those who come with an offering of love and light are permitted to be in this space, in this video. Anybody else will be alchemized by the angel Michael and the angel Metatron into a device for the highest good of anyone who interacts with this message. I call Archangel Gabriel, be present in the here and now, protect us always from what we do not need to know, what we do not need to see, who we do not need to know, and who we do not need to see. I thank you, Divine Mother, for giving me light at night. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for giving me light in the day. I thank you, all of creation and the Holy Spirit, for giving me breath in my lungs, for giving me vision in my eyes, for giving me sense in my nose, for giving me taste in my mouth, and for giving me sensory experiences to experience with my hands, my body, and my feet. Thank you, everyone who connects with this moment in the here and now. I hope that you have a good session in the here and now. This will be a 22 card general collective message, so as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it's not fitting for you exactly, don't try and make it. You don't need to go through that karmic cycle, right? And I don't want you to either. So if you're not wanting to receive any of the energy that comes through this message today, just cross your ankles, cross your hands. Do not give consent in any way. Don't laugh, don't smile, don't do anything to react to this message, because any interaction with this video will breach that consent marker. So you choose how you do your path, I choose how I do my path. God, Creator, Source led you to this video for one reason or another. I don't believe in coincidences. I don't know what you believe in. You could be absolutely anybody with absolutely any belief, and that's totally cool to have here. I'm not judging you. I'm somebody who's polytheistic. I explore many different cultures, many different belief systems, because I believe that the secrets of our future are coded in our past. And so I digress, I move forward, and I'll say the 4 statements again. For this live 22 card spread, all signs and Astro, where is Spirit leading you through Taurus season? Where have you learned grown, and expanded? What have you released to make room for? And what will you set in motion for Gemini season? May 15. Let me highlight you. All of May 15. Alright, so just really quick Astro weather for today. I'm not really going to sit in this for very long. I think I did do a... Oh, I'm in March. Thank goodness I spotted that. I need May, not March. That will be a very different reading. Already done Astro weather for this month, I think. I'm not actually 100% sure. Maybe I missed that, but moving house shifted my schedule, so I'm sorry. Yeah, I need to double check that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The sun is in Taurus, 24 degrees. We are moving away from Taurus season. That happens on Friday, the 22nd of this month. And so, yeah, another transit that occurs around that period will be the Mercury into Gemini. No retrograde. Let me have a look. True Node's the only retrograde. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that I've done this month already because as I reported in that first of the month video, there are no retrogrades. True Node is doing its normal thing where it goes backwards, forwards, gives us 4-day reprieve and then onward and upward, right? Well, in the reverse function, I don't know why. Also, who can answer this question for me? Why are we going from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius? That feels backwards. Shouldn't we currently be in the age of Aries? I don't know how that wheel spins, so that's why I ask in here and now. But anyway, age of Aquarius, we're in the middle of Taurus season. Well, we're almost at the end of Taurus season, but still doesn't feel like it's about to end because of the way that Mars is about to move into Taurus. I feel like when the planets all start being inside of Taurus, that's when it starts actually feeling like Taurus season. Although, like I said before, Mercury is moving into Gemini on the 18th, and then Venus is moving into Cancer on the 20th. So, well and truly, the last quick planet to move through to Taurus is going to be Mars, and then that's it. Those other planets are sort of set in stone everywhere they are. Quick note, Lilith is still in Sagittarius, so 16-16 today. Pluto 5.3, 5 degrees 38, True Node 5 degrees 30, Uranus 1.4, Saturn 10.39, all I know is 10.35, and I'm thanking God you found me. Is anybody else enjoying Aries, Saturn energy? I don't know. I have not done homework for a while on this stuff, so I don't know anything about conjunctions. I don't know anything about squaring. I don't know anything about all of that stuff. I would love to meet a teacher who would be able to show me more of all this stuff, but it doesn't matter. What I can note is that Mercury today, 24 degrees 41 minutes, and the sun, that's in Taurus, and then also the sun, 24 degrees 11 minutes. So 24 degrees seems to be the repeat thing there. I don't know if there's anything with 24 degrees. But yeah, they're both in Taurus and they're both sitting at the same energy. So that might be a square. I don't know. Or a conjunction. I don't know. Something's happening there. What's happening there? So Mercury talks about communication, mindset. The sun is about awareness, ego, so you may be ready to... Oh! And I was born to try. I was born to love. I don't want it like that. I heard that you're settled down and that you're... Alright, that's it. I can't think of anything more that I want to say about that. Anyway, you can go check out that video if you're interested. It was a lot clearer than what this will be, and yeah. Anyway, so tell my story on the side of the road at Airlie Beach. I'll have to Google where Airlie Beach is, but yeah. I hope everybody is having a good time. Sorry that I disappeared. Let me just hide some things. Thank you, Ethereal. Yep. Sorry, Airlie Beach. Hold on, let me quickly Google this. Yeah, nah. I've never been to Airlie Beach. I've actually never been to Airlie Beach. So sorry, bro. I've been to a few places up and down the East Coast, but nah. Pretty good guess, but not me. You must be confused. Kadir Unlu S8K. That is at Kilo Alpha Delta India Romeo Uniform November Lima Uniform Dash Sierra 8 Kilo. Thank you for your service. Adieu. I heard that you're settled down and that I will put the Taurus stone in front of me so that I know that we are vibing Taurians. I heard that you're settled down and that you're married now. Well. Lately, I've been wanting to double check my energy before doing collective readings. To do one identifier card where I'm sitting at. But I don't know. Anyway. Where's my energy? 7 of Wands. On the shelf. Okay. I'll take that. With the Chariot. So 777. I don't know. And the Hierophant behind her. And the Devil. And the Queen of Swords. And the Four of Pentacles. But that is not what I wanted to do. But yeah. I wanted to see where my energy's been at. And I just wanted to see that. So 7 of Pentacles is my energy today. And that was sort of going to be like a caveat for people to... I don't know. I don't know if that's going to help you as the person who receives this reading or not. But yeah. 7 of Pentacles. Okie dokie, okie chucky. Oh, cool. I got more travel perfume. I told you that I put my perfumes into these when I boil them down, and then yeah, you've got solid perfume with you for the rest of your day. It does last a little bit less because it evaporates quicker, but it stays on clothes, not on skin. So if you've got a scalp, anyway. All right. So, last thing before I dip into the reading, I found a local Greek shop that has floral resins that they've created, and they sell the charcoals and the bits and that. I used to go to magic shops, right, to support magic shops, but they seem to have an exuberant price tag attached to them. And when I found this place, I literally can buy the little charcoals, smaller ones than I used to buy at the magic shops, for significantly cheaper price. And anyway, so yeah, find yourself a little Greek town or part of town and go check out their resins and their candles, because these are the cutest candles I've ever seen, and I'll be using these once my matches run out. I'll be using these to, when I'm ready, I'll have my own dipping station, and then I will dip these into my liquid, and then I'll roll them in my herbs, and then I'll send them out as manifestation candles with whatever I put on the outside of it. And then yeah, so for 20 of these, I paid $5 for 20 of these, and these are great for just even lighting up my incenses and my candles and stuff. So yeah, anyway, find yourself a little Greek place in town and see if they sell resins and flowers, and because honestly, and I was in there for ages because they've got statues of Hera, Artemis, Persephone, Zeus. It was beautiful, and they've got different sizes. I really wanted to buy them all. I love Greek gods. I don't know why. I think I've told from this channel before, my dad's name was Denis. I had a look at the story of Dionysus, and yeah, pretty much Dionysus changed his name when he was no longer able to drink the wine and was forever a water bearer. And anyway, my dad changed his name to Christopher as well, which is my name, after the fact. And my name actually came out of a hat. All three of my names, like my name literally came out of a hat. My parents, yeah, anyway. Love my parents. Love them. Divine Mother, Heavenly Mother, Holy Spirit, I call you into the here and now. I ask that you protect this moment as we go into divination for tarot cards. The highest good of all that connect with these messages. Only allow those who are connecting in a meaningful manner to make it through with their conversations. Please challenge only those who are capable of being challenged in the best possible way, in the only way that you can challenge, not me. Allow me to just be that voice in the wind, the voice that allows them to recognize that there is another way, that there is another choice. I don't aim to be correct. I aim to be true to myself so that more people can find their own truth. And that is my only desire in the here and now. Thank you, everyone, for connecting as you do, as you are, as you will, as you please. So last time we used this deck, the last card actually was on the top, and it was trust and truth. You hold the keys to the answer you seek. So today, I guess what you can do while you're watching this in the here and now, you can hold the question you need for your answer. You can hold the question you need in your mind throughout the reading and look for the answer. Otherwise, you can just sit back, resonate with what resonates, and chill. God, Creator, Source, Universe, your ancestors will connect you to the right words that I say, the right way that I say it, the right way that I can't possibly deliver messages for everybody in the way that you and we all do, just by showing up and being ourselves. So the only way that we can do that is by doing that each and every single day, and that's what I aim to do from this space. So yeah, fingers crossed we can unlock membership soon, and yeah, then we can be doing this from the privacy of the membership side rather than just all out in the open like this. So in this here and now, I ask that the divine angels of light come forward. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Metatron, be present here and now, deliver a message clearly, concisely to all who connect. The highest good of the planet and all the species that dwell on it together. What do we need to know? Two chakras. I'm looking at the crown chakra and the heart chakra. Crown chakra, heart chakra. I'm seeing 34, the magic zone. I'm seeing gone, remove energy, hooks and unhealthy attaches. I'm seeing onwards and upwards. Let go of outgrown situations. The new will be unveiled. And then upside down, I have change of scenery. So today I believe I'll be reading out the heart chakra. That feels like it's at the center of the reading. And then there's an interesting thing happening here where it feels like we're changing scenery first. The magic zone. Gone hooks. And then onwards and upwards towards you. So, heart chakra, card number 65. Card number 65. All right. I am loved. I am loved. Heart chakra message. This card is a reminder that you are so loved. You are made up of universal light force energy, of pure light essence. You are made of love. The chakra qualities: love for oneself and others, relationships, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, connection, receptivity, acceptance, generosity. Themes for a cross-reference reading: relationships and relating, connections to self and others, love language. Position is the heart. The color is soft emerald green. The traditional Sanskrit name is Anahata. The affirmation is, here you go. I am loved. I have a huge open heart that has the capacity for infinite dimensions of love. I love deeply and freely without attachment or expectation. I am compassionate and can see that we are all doing the best we can with what we have. I see challenges as opportunities to grow my heart even wider. Heartbreak is not a paradigm I participate in, as it implies that someone is in our hearts. Then they are not. I understand that natural ebb and flow means different beings will be more prevalent in my life at different times. But that, in essence, we are all walking each other home. I welcome the syllabus of what we each came to Earth to experience, and I know that the challenge of the lessons create the optimal landscape for our soul's evolution. La la la! 100%. I resonate with this message. If this resonates with you, put it into the comments. I resonate with the heart chakra. My heart chakra is opening. If this was your little beginning message, put into the comments, my heart chakra is opening. Wow. I feel it. It's like bubbling. It's like yes. Exactly. Anyway, look to the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things we do, and it was all yellow, and it was all yellow. What is happening? Through me it passes, through me it made whole, through me it softens, returns to the soul, all into growth, all into flow, all into the seeds that God has sown. Through me it passes, through me it made whole, through me it softens, returns to the soul, all into growth, all into flow, all into the seeds that God has sown. Through me it passes, through me made whole, through me it softens, returns to the soul, all into growth, all into flow, all into the seeds that God has sown. As I say, so it is. Any energy being projected into this field in the here and now is transmuted through the transmuted through the Pokeball, transmuted through the 33 gemstones I have placed around the room. Intentions are held, energy is held, the return is given from my positive stores, which I have projected as a shield. And so I thank you for taking my positive energy, which was useless to me. Maybe you can learn something from it. I gratefully accept your negative energy. Thank you. Ashe. All right. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. Lady Gaga has been happening a lot lately. Lady Gaga has been happening a lot lately. I don't know what that means for everybody, but yeah. Something about Gaga, Beyonce, something about a telephone. I haven't. Have we begun? I haven't. Alright. For the highest good of all. Let's see what's the energy. I'm breaking on the Tower and the Magician. Something coming to light. Somebody about to step out. One 16. This may be a North Node message, so if you could do yourself the favor, find your Astro chart and find what your North Node is. Check what scene your North Node is in. I've been moving more and more lately to a model where I don't personally identify with the star sign anymore, as I believe it is just scenery. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about if I was to use the sun as an example. the sun by itself talks about the conscious mind and the ego, right? And so when the sun is in the scenery of Sagittarius, the sun behaves like somebody who is expanding or is very familiar with their own beliefs and even capable of expressing them to others. So for a while, even when I was a teenager, I was like, how can this Zodiac thing just hit so many people so conveniently, so easily, and all that needs to be said is a few bits and pieces? Well, this is what I've broken down to. My sun sign is there for me to identify the way that I will use my conscious mind and my ego. So when I'm using my ego towards expansion or towards belief, I'm not operating in a low vibration. I'm actually operating in the highest vibration I can for my sun sign. Whereas the other 11 zodiac scenes may not be the beneficial way for me to behave, operate with that conscious mind and the ego. Does this make sense so far? I'm not sure. But anyway, this is how I've been moving forward with it recently, because for the most part, everybody has all 12 zodiac signs inside of you by means of even just the house by your ascending. And if you have a look at your chart, if you're using a circle version, it does give you a good indication of what where your houses are, where all of your planets are as well within the houses, and yeah. So all that to say, because we all individually and together have all of the planets, all of the placements inside of our birth day chart at the same, like, what am I trying to explain here? The sun, the moon, the planets, the stars, they don't move as quickly as we move. We move a lot quicker. We're spinning constantly. We have 365 days to circle around the sun. Quicker than that would be the moon circling around us, which more shows us our size and the moon size by comparison. But yeah, so every 2.5 days the moon will circle us. Every 365 days we circle the sun. Also, I will note that astrology seems to be Earth-centric. So even the sun is never really in any sign. It's only a matter of human perception, which is why I talk about retrogrades the way that I talk about retrogrades. We don't actually see retrogrades happen. They don't occur. They only occur based on what we perceive as Terrans, as Earth people. If someone was in space trying to understand what we were talking about, like say someone was living on Mars and you were trying to explain to them on Pluto, and you were trying to explain to them the retrograde, they wouldn't see that same retrograde that we see here now. It's a different... Anyway. That's called subjective perspective. I think. I don't know. It's very, 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 very childlike in imaginings for me. I mean, the system is old, but the way that we use it is very childlike. Which is good, I think. I don't know. Alright. Where is Spirit leading you through Taurus season? Where have you learned, grown, expanded? What have you released to make room for? What will you set into motion for Gemini season? Ace of Wands. Let's see. Five of Pentacles. The Lovers. Page of Swords. Nine of Cups. Four of Cups. King of Wands. The Nine of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. And the Three of Cups. Now, these all fell together, just you saw them fall together, so they may be upright or in the reverse for you. I don't know how you want to take them, but yeah. I'll try and read both ways for the internal 9, and then the external 12 will just be however they fall. So in the beginning, to recommence this properly, we had the heart chakra reading for this, and yes, we had the heart chakra come out first. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles talks about Mercury in Taurus. Mercury in Taurus. This is happening soon. This exact card is happening soon, right? Dana! Hello! I'm pretty sure that I said Mercury is moving into Taurus soon. Didn't I? The 18th? May 14. Da, 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 da. Mercury is currently in Taurus. It moves into Gemini on the 18th. Okay. So then, are you feeling like you're in a good space? Why does this not feel like a difficult card all of a sudden? I myself, as an individual, am not going through a difficult time. I don't mean to project that everybody is going through an easy time. Sorry about it. Hoping that you are having a good time too. Me personally, as an individual, I've recently secured my own rental on a month-to-month basis based on my happiness and willingness to be around. They've let me know that their next property might be a farm, so I don't know what that looks like. They are a married couple and they can become bored of me whenever they choose, right? I'm just a housemate that's taking up a room. But yeah, I'm hoping that you are somebody that recognizes how strong you are as a person who's connecting with this message. Because this polar bear, and I've spoken about it before, this polar bear is actually a fully black bear, and their hair follicles are like tubes, and so those tubes collect water, and that water then reflects light or refracts light, giving them that white external look. So they do somewhat survive or evolve pretty well. These bears also are very big in size. They wouldn't get to the size that they got to if they were not survivors. All of a sudden I'm hearing, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna start out, you're gonna work harder, I'm a survivor. Yo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I was watching The Sweetest Thing the other day, and the bit when they're in the Yamcha restaurant singing the "You're too big to fit in here, too big to fit in here." My body is a movie and your penis is the star. Literally, like, evolution puts things like the right person for the right job for the right person, the right time, the right place, the right meet. Like, it's like sliding doors. It's giving Memento. It's giving Fight Club. It's giving Game of Thrones. It's giving having to be at the right place at the right time to capture the right piece of advice at the right time, to hear exactly what you need to hear to pivot so that then you could use whatever spirit is leading you towards. I mean, the very first question, where is spirit leading you through Taurus season? And I guess answering here and now, Spirit's leading you towards your own personal stability, because this is what the polar bear is doing on top of this iceberg. Now, we don't know how big this iceberg is underneath the water, but that polar bear looks pretty stable, holding itself upright, okay? And so I believe that the people that will connect with this message, the people that this message is for, they are going to be people who are very attuned to their own heart space, people who are very aware that they have responsibility over themselves, and that it's not a matter of externalizing responsibilities, it's not a matter of justifying your experience, it's not a matter of needing to explain what your needs are and why you are in need of them. It should just be common courtesy for you to be able to coexist inside of your society, inside of your field, your quantum field, without having anybody come in and make you feel any less or any more than you truly are. Plus, the people who are connecting with this message, you have been through a long process of discovering who you are, and so that those parts of you that you've discovered along the way, they're not going to be sacrificed or surrendered easily, quickly to anybody. I do believe that you are going to succeed in a way that people may not be able to understand or perceive for you at the moment. Your success is not dependent on what's happening on the outside world. Your success is very much dependent on you knowing that you have the ability to use this one pentacle whenever you need to let go of those other four and start all over again, knowing that God, Creator, Source is leading you to where you need to go. The three wise men sort of comes to mind. And yeah, so if anybody's celebrating a birthday this Taurus season, happy birthday to you. Indeed, truly, indeed. Happy birthday to you, because yeah, life's tough, and why not celebrate each other when we can, right? Yeah, life's tough, and why not celebrate it? Sound is shocking. Is that better? Sound test. Check 1 2. Sound check. Check 1 2. Is that better? Sound test. Check 1 2. What's going on? What could be happening?
Hello. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Hello. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Hello. Test 1 2. Test. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Hello, hello, g'day, hello. G'day, g'day, hello, hello, g'day, g'day, hello, 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 hello. Check 1 2. Hello. Check 1 2. Hello, hello, g'day, hello. G'day, g'day, hello, hello, g'day, g'day, hello, 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 hello. Check 1 2. Perfect. Does that sound better? Shirley, hello. Is that audio better than it was before? I don't know why it was sounding so spatial. This should be better. Anyway, thank you, Archangel Raphael, for letting me know that that was happening. I would have had no idea. Archangel Uriel, please, in this moment, ground energies, ground it all. Ground the energy that is here, ground the energy that wants to make it through. Allow it to come through clearly, concisely for the internal 9. Yeah. Thank you, Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Metatron also. All right. We all pulled it off today. Hello. All right. Ready? Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you and make you want me. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Where do I want to put this microphone? Where would be the best place for this microphone? Literally. Okay, so I have 2 hours until I'm meeting with Mum. It's been an hour and 5 minutes. Probably just gonna re-download this video later and chop it out to the 22 card spread. So thank you to everybody who's connected in the here and now so far. We've had 191 people come through and there are currently 4 people watching. In total, what is happening? In total, we've got 12 likes on the video, so thank you to everybody who has come through and shown support by liking the video. Appreciate you. Thanks to everybody who stayed and chatted. As I've got written on this video, top fans will be used to navigate the readings. 225 experience is the minimum to go into the draw for a reading, so yeah, up to you how you reach that rank. Pretty soon you'll be able to donate $1 to get to that rank, with memberships and subscription, with the super chat thing coming out soon. But yeah, ultimately, in the future, you will be prioritized if you do make a donation or are a member for those readings. And yeah, in the here and now, this style of reading and this style of format is the completely free delivery version where I play test everything with the general public, and in the future the general public will only receive the videos that are polished, cleaned and chosen by the collective who are in fact members. So yeah, in the here and now, I want to say thank you all who have helped this channel reach its current destination have helped by sharing, by commenting, by being a subscriber yourself, by sharing this message with somebody who might resonate with the way that I read energy. And yeah, overall, I do believe that the way that you choose to interact with this channel, that it is not only brought into this channel, but also brought back into your experience by magnitude of 777. So, however you choose to appear in this field in the here and now, I say thank you to you. And yeah, I'll get to the reading so that I won't hold up too much more of your time and space. But yeah, okay. Close that off. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit. Starting with the Five of Pentacles, already done that. Moving on to the Lovers. All right, so inside of your possession and love position, card number 2 for this reading. We've got the Lovers here. It's telling me that you are in store for some kind of addition. When I see that you have the Five of Pentacles energy and then you are being added to with the Lovers, it tells me that what you have been working towards, the way that you have been suffering, the way that you have been alchemizing, the way that you have been transmuting energy, transmuting your energy even, transmuting the energy that comes through your heart space to interpret, your heart space to perceive, to believe, to receive. The way that you choose to perceive reality is really the way that reality is showing up for you. So if you have the mindset of, oh, this is really hard, then all of a sudden it becomes really hard. But if you have the mindset of, oh, well, this is what I am being called to do in the here and now, and so I will take up my cross and I will walk with it. Those attitude differences can be dramatic and catastrophic for a person. If you've ever been somebody who has been at the risk or moving towards having a depressive sort of outlook, you know just how easy it is for you to slowly take steps down that stairway. And so that's why we get given cognitive behavioral therapies to try and change these behaviors. Because ultimately, when we choose to recognize that both the light and the dark experiences inside of our lives will only bring us into alignment, they're not going to push us outside of ourselves. And if we do find ourselves pushed too far outside of ourselves, we have to remember to come home. Come home to yourself. Come home to all the experiences that you've collected yourself. If you ever feel like you are being pushed out of alignment by anybody outside of yourself, recognize that you have maybe given away power, sacrificed your power to somebody else outside of you, and that you have every right to call it back to yourself. There is no reason that you, the person who's connecting with this message, will have gone through so many challenges, so many opportunities to rise or fall, and you chose to continue to choose your heart space. You chose to continue to be in alignment rather than falling out of alignment. What is the consequence of that? More challenges, more difficulties, more division, more confusion? Maybe, I don't know, because that's not in your reading. That's not a path you chose to walk. You didn't take it personally when you were going through the difficulties that you went through. You didn't take it personally when potentially life didn't match the energy that you were projecting into reality. It doesn't matter anyway. You are somebody now who's capable of realizing that when you give yourself love, when you take possession of your heart, when you take possession of your own mind, when you take possession of all of the chakras, all of the wheels that are spinning constantly, trying to motivate, trying to energize, trying to provoke you to take that step towards the thing that is really calling you from the inside, but somehow from the outside, right? This message won't make sense for everybody, and it's by design. But here we go. Your third card here, your creativity and your intellect, is the Page of Swords. You are somebody who's got a keen eye for observation. You've been curious in the past. You've recognized, how is it that I choose to show up in the world for myself, therefore everybody else, is an important part of my day. How I choose to prepare myself for the way that I face the day is my responsibility. Am I putting on the armor of God? Am I calling in my angels for protection? Am I calling in my ancestors for guidance? Am I calling in God Creator Source to see everything that I'm doing? And truly honoring the experience, honoring the journey, by recognizing that I can come back to this place of observance anytime that I want. Whenever I feel out of balance, whenever I feel like I am not in alignment with myself, I can come back, I can slow down, I can get a shift in perspective all on my own. There's nothing outside of me that can point me to my destiny quicker than I can point myself to my destiny. This is something that your ancestors have been trying to teach you. Comes across as your ancestors maybe were a little bit more observant, had a little bit more time than you did as an individual. I'm not sure why, but you as an individual are being called forward into a place where you feel safe, where you feel satisfied, where you feel secure. This Five of Pentacles energy is only the beginning. The way that you are going to be elevating and increasing inside your life is going to feel like the Nine of Cups. At the foundation, you are going to be satisfied, you are going to be stable, you are going to be surrounded by the things that you have accumulated in your life, which actually give you energy just by being around them. It's almost like sitting inside of a museum full of ancient relics and just understanding that each of the relics, each of the individual bits and pieces that make up the whole. What's going on, mate? You all right, Jay? You all right, mate? All right. Thank you. This card here, card number 4, sits at the foundation and the connection. Nine of Cups, it feels like you're about to move into a completely new arena. This is the first time the cups are appearing inside of your reading, but it is not the last. They appear 3 times in total. This first time is the nicest time, I guess. I don't know, it's a matter of perspective. You at your foundation have found satisfaction. I'm hearing the song Push Me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction. Benny Benassi? Diggity-dee-dee-doo, diggity-doo, burn-it-oh-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-dum, diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity-diggity. Something about cinnamon rum. Cinnamon rum. I think I'll take my whiskey neat, my coffee black and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. I'll take my whiskey neat. You're pretty much on the right track. You have been spirit-led. Maybe your ancestors have tried walking this path before. Maybe your ancestors never got to experience the satisfaction of being still and not wanting for anything. You are giving the impression of a vampire, somebody who is sitting in their age, their decadence. It's like literally not a vampire, like, oh my gosh, there are going to be people who jump on that and go, oh my god, energy vampire. Grow up. Anyway, you're giving the effect of Medusa, might be a better way of explaining that. You've been petrified into observance, is the way that I want to say it. And when you were petrified, at first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could hardly live without you by my side. And then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, but I grew strong. And I learned how to get along, and now you're back from outer space, right? You've gone through the motions, you've gone through the entire journey of, maybe you have gone through motherhood, maybe you have gone through marriage, maybe, I don't know what this is gonna look like. Maybe you're at the end of your career. It's like, what's up, JJ? JJ, what's up? It's just someone beeping. That's not happening at the house. There's no reason for you to bark. No. I don't know. Something about the Five of Pentacles, I got distracted. was I holding the Five of Pentacles? I'm not up to that anymore. Okay, anyway. Going on, Four of Cups. So this is your fifth card. The Four of Cups is sitting inside of the wisdom and career position. Maybe this is where I was going. You are somebody who might be about to change their career. It's giving the energy of you just don't care. You don't care. Like, maybe you used to care. Maybe you used to give too much. Maybe you used to care so much that you put yourself into the Five of Pentacles energy. Don't know how it's going to work for any and all of you, but you've gone through an experience. I'm adding 9 cups to 4 cups, which makes 13 cups. You're ready for some kind of transformation in your relationships. You're ready for that emotional resurgence to happen. You're ready for that, I don't know, I'm getting gushing. Maybe you're absolutely ready to be pinned down and made into a piece of artwork. I don't know. I'm getting Samantha from Sex and the City. I'm seeing sushi. I'm seeing exciting times. I'm seeing things that ultimately are not in alignment with apathy. Apathy does not feel like it belongs inside of your energy. When this is inside of your wisdom and career position, it tells me that you maybe are just stabilizing your emotions for the sake of continuing your career. Stabilizing your emotions, your thoughts, your processes in order to get a clear, direct line from here to there. It's almost giving business-esque type transformation, and it makes sense. Beginning with the Five of Pentacles, you've gone through enough of your journey to know where you want to go, where you want to be, what you want to do in your lifetime, what you want to do with the rest of your lifetime, and so you're doing it. Congratulations. I'm going to move on. Card number 6. This is the emotion and the willpower position. It's the King of Wands. Woo! It's up to you, really. You don't have to. But you could be the commander of your own life. You could be the chief CEO, chief enterprise officer. You could literally be the of your own life, right? You could be the king of your own life. And wands are interesting to me. For me, wands have always represented the first of the minor arcana, the first of the lessons. But lately I've been looking at it a little bit differently. Because for the most part, culturally, here and now, we follow a very strict cultural belief system. Really, what I'm talking about here is turning the fire or the wands into the fourth, no longer the first. Because just contextually based, culturally based, to the time that we are in here and now, I would argue that here and now we are more taught how to do the pentacle energy first. Fire energy and wand energy is not necessarily something that we're taught contextually in the here and now. And maybe I am going to break the wheel here for Tarot a little bit. And maybe Cerberus or Hecate are sending a confirmation in the here and now. I don't know how it's going to resonate with each and any of you. But for me, what I'm seeing is it's quite easy to navigate pentacle energy inside of this material 3D plane. We can choose to manifest exactly what we desire. Just ask Shirley how she's going with manifesting exactly what she wants. Not what she needs, but exactly what she wants. She's been somebody who's been here for a minute and has been sharing what she's been going through on a personal level through Instagram. So if you want to connect with me on Instagram, it is now the exact same as it was as they are on YouTube and Instagram. Before it was a 0 and I didn't know that that was an error that I had made. So yeah. Individually, you maybe have already become the King of Pentacles within your own rights, and maybe now you are being called forward into your emotion and willpower to learn how to use it properly. To learn how to use it properly for the sake of the new world that we are moving towards, moving into. The way that we are living in this here and now, the way that we are choosing to take command of ourselves and have power over ourselves, this is giving the Magician. It's giving the energy of somebody who's recognizing you are an individual who maybe is here to break down cultural chains. Maybe you actually are here to generationally break any kind of bondage that has been placed over all of us as a species. on this planet where we have to pay to survive, pay to live? Why don't the birds? Why do we have zoos where animals can just sit there and be fed and be entertained, but really be prisoners of our war against the planet? Because we are at war with anybody who lives on this rock with us, right? We push out species from where they live, right? All in the name of civility and colonization, I suppose. Or is that something of the past? If it is, why have we still got war? I don't know. But anyway, as more and more individuals realize that they have the power to command themselves and also command that what is happening around them to be in alignment, to be in order for the highest good to occur on any front, on all fronts, this is when we truly allow ourselves to become people who are masters of our minds, people who are masters of our thoughts, people who consider time maybe not from a perspective of a year to a year, but maybe a few hundred years to a few hundred years, or a few millennia to a few millennia. When we become people who are able to perceive culture as this millipede, something that occurs segmented paces, but also that occurs in a way that is running somewhat in a straight line through time, running somewhat in a straight line through history. History also is interesting. We see the highs and the lows based on the person who is the victor. This is what's interesting to me. When you choose to, Jay, Raya, Jay, no, no. Somebody needs to get Finnegan. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's going to happen a bit and I'm going to get distracted, but doesn't matter. In this direction, Nine of Swords, you're becoming somebody who's escaping anxiety, escaping the cultural, even the fears of others. The projections of others are not something that lands outside of your experience and is something that you hold and segment into your experience. You may just release it, let it go, and let the individual go altogether. You're somebody who chooses alignment over being around people who are not in alignment with your energy, stable with your energy, matching your energy. It feels as though you've grown up. To arrive at this place, it's 4, 5, 6, and 9. So 4, 5, I've got the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Pentacles. You've been somebody who recognize that when you stabilize your own experience, when you stabilize your own emotions, this is how you bring yourself alignment. This is how you continue to walk forward without having any fear, without having any worry that you're out of balance, out of alignment. Because ultimately, you're just moving forward in your own energy. You're moving forward with respect to where you've been, and you're moving past the things that maybe even held your ancestors back. Not sure how that will resonate with everybody, but yeah, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, moving on. The reflection in the mirror. Your manifestations are appearing for you. I truly believe this. Just ask people in the chat, have your manifestations been coming forward for you? Because mine have. I've told you about me being in a brand new room. This room is literally 3 times the size of my caravan. And all that I had to do was ask the right people for help. You see, this is another big problem with asking for help and getting help from the right people. I thought that I was asking for help from the right people. I thought that I was being supported by my mum, my dad, my sister, and her fiance. Support doesn't look the same from everybody. Support also doesn't feel the same from everybody. Ultimately, if people are giving you what they think you need and not actually listening to you when they offer you what they're offering you, then ultimately you've got to assess for yourself, is this person helping me to help me, or is this person helping me to have another story to tell somebody somewhere in their world? This was the pattern of behavior that I recognized. For the most part, people cannot fake or pretend who they are for very long. And so if you pay attention to conversations and you pay attention to the way that people describe their personal narrative, you really do start to see that people are quite basic and simple. For the most part, people have a mental capacity of about 16 or 17 years old. That peaking in high school mentality truly really is a vibe that people get stuck in. Specifically cheerleader energy or jock energy. What's going on? Hello? Hello? Why are you alerting? Hello? What? What's going on? What are you doing? No. What are you doing? What are you barking at? What are you even barking at? There's nothing here, Raya. Or did you start it, Jay? No barking, please. Especially if there's nothing to bark at. Like, there's no reason for barking at all. No, yeah, you. No more. No more barking. No more. Oh, where am I at? What was I doing? This is annoying. I just want to finish this and go hang out with the dogs, because this is not fun being interrupted by the dogs. Alright, really quickly, just going to burn through this. Sorry everybody if you were expecting a little bit more information or a little bit more in depth, but I'm going to go and look after the dogs. I'm not familiar with what their barks are yet. I'm not familiar with whether a bark is alerting to threat. I'm not familiar if they're alerting to stress, hunger, needing to go for a walk. I don't know. And so I'd rather not try and compete with them calling for attention and chat and me and the road and, you know, in spirit, you're either going to help or you're not. Angels, you're either going to help or you're not, and it's going to work or it's not, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway because I'll appear how I'm supposed to anyway. That's how it works. So... may all those who need attention in the here and now receive the attention of the person who called forward the manifestation. May everybody's responsibilities be met by the person who is responsible for the responsibilities, and may everything else depart here now. Okay, reflection in the mirror. We got the Ace of Pentacles. I don't know if I read this before. I feel, therefore I protect. Got the Ace of Pentacles. You've got a manifestation coming forward. It's something that you've been calling forward for a while, something you've been thinking about for a while. It may be something that you dreamed about. Not sure how this will resonate with everybody, but yes, you as an individual are being called to choose for yourself, to decide for yourself. Are you going to be a part of wave 1, wave 2, or wave 3? Are you going to be part of the working class that works endlessly, that works and sits and says, hi, can I take your order, please? Hello and welcome to... Hi, where are you traveling to? These people, these jobs, these roles are being filled. There is the requirement for non-playing characters to be available for the system to use and service. We do, as people who would be part of the second or third tier, require people that are happy to receive a wage. We need people who are happy to stand behind a bar. We need people who are happy to take our orders at restaurants. We need people who are happy to check our tickets at amusement parks. We need non-playing characters. They are so important for our lives. They are so important for our worlds. And ultimately, they share their satisfaction for life by doing what they love doing, by them showing up and smiling and saying, I hope you have a nice day. I hope you're good. I hope that this or that or that or whatever. These people are starting to really resonate with their own position in life. And I would almost call these people seaters, if I'm going to talk about vibrations in terms of awareness. Alphas would be the most aware, betas would be the second most aware, maybe not, and then seaters would be everybody else. The non-playing characters. And don't get me wrong, for the most part, we can look at history and we can see that if people didn't follow their dreams and desires, like housekeeping, like these types of jobs, if people didn't have these types of jobs, then we as individuals wouldn't be able to experience the luxury and the privilege that these people afford us by accepting a wage. It's like agreed upon slavery. You get to go to work for any amount of time and then you get paid for your amount of time. That whole time you are on somebody else's clock. You're not on your own clock. You can't scratch your nose, scratch your ass, scratch your balls for shit and then go and do what you need to do. You've literally got to be inside of an outfit, inside of a mindset, inside of a presentation, inside of an expression. You are not your own for the entire time that you are working for somebody else. When you are pushing their policies, when you are enforcing their policies, when you're making people aware of what the system wants you to be aware of, you are an NPC, but don't worry, we need you. We need more people like you so that the people that take up the second and third tier can literally just live more and more freely. If there wasn't people like you in the world that were facilitating for us, the people who sit in the top three tier or the top two tiers, watching how you choose to operate and then us making choices based on your momentum, us riding a wake that you leave behind, not necessarily ever having to break ice ourselves because you offer up the energy freely and we ride along with you. This is the energy that the world is moving into, and this is really just the baseline function of what the past seemed to be. The modus operandi of the Industrial Revolution seemed to be somewhat get people working, get people locked into long-term payment plans, payment structures, 30, 50-year mortgages, keeping people locked into a system, even though the system only benefits people for 4 to 10 years based on re-election. Do you know what I mean? Those people really quickly benefit off of the general populace very, very, very quickly, very lucratively. And then here in Australia, they even get a pension after they leave. So luckily they can't be having their pockets lined by private investments, private business like they can in other countries. But yeah, we're not as united as those other countries, but yeah, seems to be working out for them. You all seem to be united, going down together in solidarity. And for that, I salute you. Thank you for your service, going first and pioneering what not to do with our space of the world, right? Because if that's what united looks like, I don't want it. So you, the person who's resonating with this message, you have literally started manifesting a brave new world for yourself. You're living inside of the world of your own imagination. Close your eyes, make a wish. That is cool in the gang. I don't know. The way that the world is shifting, the way that the world is shaking now, you're just somebody who recognizes that if you're not happy with where you're at, with what's going on around you, like if you really don't want to be connected to a country that goes to war with anybody that disagrees with them, like shout out to the Vatican. I really hope that this Pope might actually survive anything that comes from the United States of America, because I don't know why America is making the Pope take back words or say anything. He's not stuttering and he's not really going to take anything back. They've got a lot of money, bro. They've probably started as many wars as your country has over time, right? They've got a 2,000-year-old book for history and they keep extra parts of the canon outside of public consumption and inside of the Vatican. So anybody that can read those books, let me know. Let me know what's going on for real. Why is the canon only the books that we do see? Why has the Catholic Church been operating the way that it has been for the most part? Why has America all of a sudden started printing Bibles without Matthew 7:21 being featured? Why? I don't know, but it's weird. Are we going to start burning books again soon? Is this about to be another Crystal Nacht? But is this going to be a version that comes from United Nations this time? I don't know, but I love this message because ultimately, the right people will find this at the right time. You've been somebody, and this is your expression and your passion. You've been expressing yourself as you are. You've been coming to the table, meeting people halfway. You've been doing what you need to do, but now, I don't know, I was watching Star Wars last night and it's giving the feeling of you're making a vote of no confidence. It's like, wow, if these were the people who were leading us this whole time, if these were the ones that were pioneering the way, if these were the people that were showing us what we should do, then why do they hate each other so much? Why aren't they friends with each other? Why do they pick each other apart so much? Like, for example, here on YouTube, this, for the most part, anybody who is a YouTuber is a colleague with one another. No matter what type of tube you're putting on the we're all colleagues. We're all people who come here, do our best. We show off what we've got. We show off our skills. We try our best to accumulate view hours. We try our best to accumulate views. We try our best to accumulate a community of people. And for the most part, we all come to this from different places. Me, myself, I came to this from a place of homelessness. I didn't want to feel alone and separated from society, so I wanted to be uploading to the internet to try and connect with people who would connect with me and the way that I perceive energy and the way that I see the world, so that I would never have to augment or change myself for anyone ever again. And for the most part, it did take me about 35 years to get to this part, but I'll never change for any motherfucker ever again because you all have the option to disappear. I don't. I have to live with myself. And if I'm not proud of myself, fuck, I'm not doing it right. And so in the here and now, I'll keep being my weird observational self, and I think you will too. You found the ability to express yourself around people who make you feel comfortable without making you feel like you're out of alignment. You are the people who I'm speaking to, the 12 people that I'm speaking to, because that's who I speak to here on this channel. The 12, while we wait for the 1 to appear to unite us as 13. We are traveling through this lifetime, traveling through this landscape, traveling through this time period in order to affect change, in order to affect a change that will unify the experience, not further separate it. We've lost more than enough species to death. There is no way to recover a species once it goes into death unless we're going to start doing genetic resuscitation, and even then, I don't know. Have you seen the movies Jurassic Park? Does that feel like a vibe we need to go down? Have you seen World War Z? Is that a vibe we need to go down? Have you seen I Am Legend? I don't know. I don't know that these are necessarily things that we need to play with, interact with, and explore or discover. So I'm going to move on. External 12 really quickly. External 12, we start at 1 o'clock. I'm not even going to go through and pull anything fun or interesting. This is just going to be Aries, 1 o'clock, self-identity and becoming. It's the Ace of Wands. Also getting at 1 o'clock for you, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. This is your Oracle card for today. The Oracle card is change of scenery. See the world with fresh new eyes. And it's interesting that the dogs have now relaxed and I'm trying so hard to rush through this. Because they bothered me. I'm bothered. This is me bothered. Can you tell? Change of scenery. It's time to get a change of scenery. Maybe you are somebody who realizes that exactly what I said at the beginning with the King of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Maybe you recognize that you are changing. Your frequency is elevating. Your frequency has changed. You aren't the same person anymore. Maybe you are taking steps away from people who were in your frequency of alignment. You're moving away from people who were Not in the same frequency, not in the same alignment. I don't know. Let's see. Just 1 to 3 cards. What's going on with the Ace of Wands? So, Temperance, the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. So, at 1 o'clock, I don't know. Feels like too many. I don't know, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm going to put the 10 of Cups back into the deck, and it feels like Temperance, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups. Heartbreaks and promises, I've had more than my share. It's the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. Okay. Voice is still coming through clearly, so that's good. I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. I'm walking away, yeah, yeah. Oh, find a better day. Shaggy? Is that Shaggy? Sometimes I feel you get me wrong. I don't know. You, the individual who's resonating with this at 1 o'clock, you're not afraid of hard work. You're not afraid of committing to yourself. You're not afraid of actually getting to the deep, dark parts of your emotions. Like, you don't get stuck. 8 of Cups can be a place that you get stuck. You get bogged down in the emotions. You don't see your way through it, and you just stay stuck. You can choose to have the personal narrative of the victim for the rest of your life if you want to, but that's really going to be misery loves company kind of situation where you'll just draw more people like you towards yourself, and then you're going to end up fucking depressed, angry, and shattered with everybody around you because you called that in. Like, it's your personal narrative. The people that actually enjoy your story enjoy reaping of the energy of a negative story. You don't want them around. That's the vampire that you don't want around you. That's the kind of vampire that will literally allow you to stay in low cognitive schema, negative cognitive schema, and use your energy so that they never have to. It's gross. It's gross. I used to see it in the Cancer Council when we used to do Reiki. There was one person who would come through and he was just a showman. He seemed to be just a show for the sake of it. But yeah, you're also somebody who's not afraid to look at your past experiences and recognize what's no longer working for you and what is working for you. You ultimately are somebody who uses the the Ace of Wands to bring balance to your own experience. You are somebody who's capable of recognizing that everything that you've done in the past has helped you get to where you're at now. Everything that has happened to you in the past has helped you achieve what you want to achieve in the here, now, and the future. All things work together for the good of those who believe. This is a scripture that I truly resonate with and actually believe in. All things work together for those who believe. If you've read The Alchemist, even that, the universe wants to help you. The universe wants to see you succeed. The universe wants you to have a good life. You have to want this as well, though. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. The universe cannot give you what you do not want. And so when you're manifesting things, they have to be things that you actually want. They have to be things that you're not holding on to. The more that you resonate with what you want to manifest, the easier it comes. But if you are holding on to that manifestation at all whatsoever and you haven't let it go, it's not going to come to you. It's going to take more time. It's going to take more alchemy on your part, and it's going to take more time for you to realize what it is that is already yours. You just have to let it go. Right? And the cold never bothered you anyway, even if it seems like nothing's happening, like there's no movement, right? Because cold means less movement. Heat means more movement, right? The cold never bothered me anyway. Let it go. Let things go. Let yourself find resonance to the point where you stop vibrating. What am I talking about here? And now I'm literally talking about this. Let your idea for a manifestation be like the gong, right? Let it be like the gong, but let the manifestation fade. Let it disappear. Do you know what I mean? Let it fade out. Let it fade out so that then you can be drawn to hit again. And that may take you in a completely different direction than even your first ping took you. But your movement is going to make sense universally, cosmically, even if it doesn't make sense on an individual basis, because you're not being filled with any sound or frequency or anything, and you feel like nothing's happening. Let things go cold. Let things go slow. Let yourself see what then moves organically, naturally, without you having to apply any force or effort, so that then you can be as free as this dragonfly at the first house. You can be as free as this Ace of Wands. You can continue to do the work, walk away from things, places, people that don't serve you, and ultimately bring balance to your own experience, because that's who you are as an individual. Because you bring that by means of your frequency, by means of your presence. It's not anything more than who you are that causes the field to change by itself. The more you try to change for the field to change, the less it's going to occur. You have to let yourself off the hook for your manifestations to occur. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Let's move on. 2 o'clock. All right, so 2 o'clock. Taurus, values and resources, card number 11. Taurus, are you making a choice this season to actually align with what your season brings? Are you making a choice to sit in? This is the Ace of Wands to the Two of Wands. Are you increasing the way that you connect with the moment? I'm getting that you're in the energy of the Page of Swords. So what's going on? So Two of Wands clarified by the Death card, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Very good. So power of life and death is in the tongue. That's how I'm feeling that there. You're choosing. You're either choosing to recognize that healing is a frequency that everybody can connect to. We started with the heart chakra today. It's totally up to you. No barking, please. Started with the heart chakra today. Totally up to you if you choose to heal or not. There is the opportunity here for you, Taurus, or whoever's resonating with this message. There is, like Peter Pan, we can all fly. Shirley, what are you talking about? Yes, we can all fly together. Okay. Jarring. Why? Shirley's saying we all have the ability to go forward with our intentions. Still jarring, why? Social faux pas. Here at 2 o'clock, we've got the Two of Wands. You are somebody at 2 o'clock who's making choices for themselves. You're seeing where you've made investments in the past. You're seeing where the past investments maybe have been in poor choices of community. You're manifesting a new for yourself. A new what? I would say that this is a new opportunity that you've been thinking about for a while. You've been thinking about elevating through a circumstance maybe that has been placed on your family, on your bloodline. I'm not too sure. You've been the one that has brought healing energy to your family, to your ancestors. Maybe you've been the first one who's been able to speak on the restrictions which have been placed on them. I don't know. It's giving slavery, it's giving the energy of slavery over time, and it's like 800 to 1600 years. It's your time, your choice to transform or not. When you are presented at 2 o'clock with a choice, when you are presented at 2 o'clock with an option to go one way or another, this is where it's an individual's journey, it's an individual's tale for exactly how far that individual will go, exactly how far that individual will carry their bloodline, even how far that individual will carry the message forward. It's giving Archangel Raphael and Archangel Uriel. It's the combination of, will you carry your own message forward or not? Will you get lost in your own pain? Will you get lost inside of your own struggle, your own mindsets, or will you eventually transcend? Very much Scorpio energy coming through here at 2 o'clock. Will you transcend what has held you and those around you back in the past? Ultimately, it's up to you. Your ability to see, your ability to block yourself is unparalleled. You can block yourself if you desire, but there ultimately will be another opportunity for you to take it or not. It's ultimately your experience. And the way that you create your experience is completely up to you. So yeah, I'm going to move on to the next one. We got 7 of Wands at 3 o'clock. So this card here sits inside of the communication and learning position. Card number 12, potentially Gemini. Doesn't need to be though. You check for resonance yourself. Use discernment. Communication and learning. So you're learning to move from a place of protection. You're learning how to move in a way that gives you permission to just be who you are, show up as you are, not really need to explain, justify, or excuse. I mean, ultimately, people know who you are by consistency. And ultimately, it's like, I'm seeing like artists, like an artist going into a glass house. And I've seen a scary movie like this before as well, where the house is made of glass and there's ghosts inside the house that like literally are terrifying, and they make the house move in certain ways, and the people end up like segmented and serrated in different layers and bits and pieces. And yeah, anyway, why is there a horror movie coming to my mind right now? Why? I think she is, Dana. I don't know. I'm like, I checked in the energy and I was like, whoa. I was like, I need to go have a smoke. I'm not high enough for this. I'm like, send Tinkerbell over here, Shirley, because I want to fly too. I don't even know. I could probably go take a quick break, but I also could just finish this reading really bloody quickly. Communication and learning, Gemini, 3 o'clock. First clarifier card that comes out is King of Pentacles. Mature, successful, businessman, powerful, financially blessed, self-improvement, high status, liking the good life, power and control. My two words for that are material stability. The Magician in the reverse, and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. With the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Is this for you? Ooh! Seven of Cups goes back. Gemini. Don't know. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I would not normally say this, but I'm feeling two really heavily. So Gemini, I don't know how this is going to resonate with everybody, but yeah, this is going to be the first time that I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to sound like every other tarot reader. Oh my God. Do I really want to do this? The Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands. How else do I read this? The Seven of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Magician in the reverse, and the Three of Wands in the reverse. How else do I read this? Except for there's an enemy on the outside. How else do I read this? Like Dana got it right. Dana's seeing what I'm going towards. Yeah, Jane's seeing what I'm going towards. Like, Scorpio in chart, but also Narc X that traps in Mason genistic religion. I'm breaking this cycle. Gemini. Anyway, 3 o'clock. I don't preach fear. I don't preach external power being stronger than the people who connect with these messages. I don't believe in that. Okay, here we go. One sec. What's going on, guys? What is it? What? Who's barking? Who is barking? Why? Why are you barking? Why are you barking? There is no one at the door. No, there's no one at the door. Why are you barking, Raya? Yes, why you give me those doggy guys? Yes, you gotta sit, you gotta rest, you gotta relax, you gotta chill. Chill, okay? Have you been fed? There's no one here. Relax. There is nobody here. Nobody's going to come and get you. Nobody knows that you're here unless you bark. So if you don't bark, no one knows you're here. And then no one will be able to bother you. So if you don't bark, no one will bother you. You won't bother them, and then you just get to enjoy your peaceful existence as a happy dog. Yeah. Isn't that lovely? Yes, isn't that lovely? Beautiful. Go. Enjoy being a peaceful dog. All right. Everything is gonna be all right. Come on. You're almost finished. Please, more of you and less of me. 3 o'clock, Gemini. Communication and learning. You've been somebody who has been accumulating a lot of experiences in your past, clarifying and confirming with the King of Pentacles. You've been somebody who maybe you've been writing your own book, writing your own grimoire. Maybe you've been collecting the history of your family, building a family tree, seeing the paths, the choices, building a house of 12 for you to see all of the aspects of your own life, your own individual experience, being made manifest into something usable, something that you're working on. It's like you are working on a cipher of sorts. It's like you're working on a way to keep yourself and everybody who comes after you protected from the will and intentions and manifestations of others. You have been somebody who maybe has been targeted by family, maybe targeted by a Gemini or a Virgo, but either way, these people who have projected energy into your experience, they have ultimately sacrificed something that they will never be able to lay hold of ever again. By them choosing to project energy into your field, by them choosing to project harm or to project anything outside of your personal desires for their world, their life, their intention, this is where they begin to loop themselves. They have the inability to begin what they truly desire to begin. They have an inability to complete what they truly desire to complete. This is the experience of somebody projecting onto somebody else and not being able to complete the spell with their own life experience. These people who maybe came against you on the outside, they may be a Gemini or a Virgo, I'm not sure. It's giving that energy of somebody who maybe didn't recognize that you had a calling on your life. The reason that you were doing what you were doing was because you felt spirit calling you. You felt spirit calling you towards this energy, finding any blockages in people's lives and helping them with it, finding any energetic attachments, any energetic cords, and helping people break through them. Ultimately, you have been somebody, because Spirit has been protecting you in the way that Spirit protects you. It has constantly been guiding you forward through your angelic teams, through whatever system you use. Either which way, whatever you have done in the past to keep yourself safe, these systems are working for you. This is just me giving a confirmation for you that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. All that you need to do is use your voice and sing at the time that God tells you to sing. Show up at the time that God tells you to show up. And be exactly who you are. Nothing more than that will cause the world to change around you. So I will move on. Card number 4. Ooh. We got the 7 of Swords. Card number 4 sits at home, roots, emotional foundation, Cancer. This is potentially your message. Otherwise, it's just for the person that's resonating with this so far. You also have the magic zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Magic is waiting for you. Now, we did just talk about at 3 o'clock, somebody may be using their will, their power against you. And now we arrive at the 7 of Swords, 4 o'clock. You are somebody who's using all of the knowledge that you've got in your past now. You have ascended to a place where you are very aware of your thoughts. You're very aware of what you can do with your thoughts. You're very aware of how to manifest clearly. Your manifestations probably are coming through quite quickly, easily, coherently. They're not appearing outside of your expectations. You've been somebody who, I'm seeing 7-7 here. 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords. You've been somebody for a little while, for this first half of the wheel so far, first third of the wheel, who's been very masculine in presentation. Otherwise, the world has been acting very masculinely for you, is how it comes across there. We've got the 2 of Wands in reverse, the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. again with the choices, but this time it's in reverse. Ooh, 5 of Pentacles. Woo, okay. Choice, independence, and hardship. Choice and independence in reverse. Okay, so maybe the individual that I'm connecting with is a Cancer. Doesn't need to be, but we are victims in this situation. But I'm not the victim. That's drinking my own poison. I no victim anymore. Yep. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm going to get distracted if I try, so I won't. Thanks, Jane. Home, roots, emotional foundation. It's like, it's pulling me back to the Quokka energy. It's like the community is toxic. And so you're being shown a way out. Spirit is showing you all of the webs. Spirit is showing you all of the lies. Spirit is showing you all of the ways that you've been manipulated, coerced, and trapped in energy of the past. Even though you've been protected and you were never affected by this, you have been on a mission. This is what a mandate is all about. This is what being in alignment constantly is all about. This is why you've been able to progress through what you needed to progress through, and nothing ever affected you in the way that it was maybe supposed to. You've just been somebody who recognizes that when you have your choices blocked, when you have your independence threatened, you can recognize that you don't need to appear in the here and now as you do. You can appear in a completely different way. You can appear as you desire. You can appear as you want. You can appear as a aware, high presenting ego manifestation of yourself, or you can appear as a low one. We have no restrictions really. Since the beginning was that a man betrayed a woman and we have sin therefore to deal with. Since the very beginning, man has been going against man, women have been going against women. My favorite story of the Bible is when 2 daughters tried to become pregnant by their own father's seed. It's very interesting how the Bible will paint all sorts of people in all sorts of ways. And it's just the most current book that us, the Western society, have been using to progress ourselves forward for the last 400 years. I won't even give it the 2,000 years that the canon seems to claim for itself. Because ultimately, when I look at the canon, all that I see is the 7 of Swords and all its negative attributes. When I look at the Abrahamic faiths and I see the truth or the story or the message line, the cut line, the down line, that whole religion and that whole culture seems to embody and carry with it through time. These things that it carry is something that I see blocks people from seeing the truth, blocks people from being able to choose themselves, blocks people from being able to become independent in their own right, self-governed, self-guided, self-aware, self-empowered. Instead, these old cultures and programmings that seem to block out magic, seem to block out people's ability to access their own intuition, access their own higher knowledge, access anything more than what has been offered from the past, which is get on your knees, pray for forgiveness, and hope that tomorrow is better. Like, that doesn't really sound much different than singing Kumbaya inside of a church where the leader of the church is driving a hotted up HSV type situation that really doesn't need to be a vibe, right? Like, why is that person driving that car when the person who's literally living on the street waiting for the church to open for a warm place to sit for a couple of hours? Why is that circumstance like this and that? Why is it that I have sat through so many American preachers' messages and I have not gotten much more than the 7 of Swords energy in the way that the tarot community presents it, not the way that I present it? America seems to have this very toxic poison running through their blood. I don't even want to say it's running through their water. It's not in the water. It's in your blood. You have all been programmed, you have all been groomed into this weird pride story. It starts with, give me a, It starts with having pride for your team. It starts with having pride for your state. It starts with having pride for your country. And then it ends up with you being on the world stage leading world wars. Give me a H. Give me a O, give me a T, give me a M, give me a E, S, S. What does it spell? United States. Just my opinion. And I really shouldn't have that opinion because really, this entire YouTube venture that I'm doing is an American enterprise. And so by me having a difference of opinion may not actually be beneficial to me, to my channel, to my future endeavors, because I've seen what happens to YouTubers in America. You guys have to be scared for people to bash your doors down, to be raided by the FBI, the CIA, whatever abbreviation of people who I thought were there to protect you, to be honest. I thought that like freedom of speech was a huge thing over there for you. I thought that's why you all had so much pride in your country. But ultimately, this ain't Texas. We gon' hold them down, 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 down. So drop your Lexus, pick your keys up, swing them round, 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 round. I don't know. I personally would not eat the meat that comes from anywhere in America. I personally couldn't trust that you guys are putting the right injections into them at the right time. It wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. America, the way that America's set up, the pioneers of the Western world, right? The way that you guys have set up is to abuse the resources, the country, the people that were originally there. You've done everything that you can to pollute your corner of the world, and look how far you are trying to find freedom in the world. Everywhere. You've gone everywhere to find freedom from yourselves. And you're choking yourselves out in your own country, and you're spreading your message of what? Unitedness? Doesn't feel like it. Woo! And maybe this is just, maybe you need to have a look at your Cancer placement. Maybe you need to have a look at your Chiron placement. Maybe you need to have a look at your North Node and have a look at where you're going to be directing yourself. Because ultimately, when we externalize our beliefs, our systems of understanding, when we externalize anything to anyone other than ourselves and those immediately around us, then we're giving away our power so far outside of ourselves that you'll never be able to get it back. And yeah, you can call your power back and do all of the things, but ultimately what I'm talking about is I've been having conversations with humans here now, inside of this state, inside of this country, and I've been trying to communicate to these people who came before me, who have 35 years on me. You all have done what you can to choose and to vote with your dollars. We are currently living in the world that you created by your choices. You, the people who are older than 35 years old, and I'm starting to include myself in that as well, because I've been able to vote since I was 18 years old. Have I? No. My fault? Absolutely. I have, by proxy, allowed this country, allowed the people to convince themselves, we all have, that what is happening in the name of our country, in the name of our sovereignty, is acceptable, is amenable. And I was watching Star Wars last night, and this is the trippiest thing for me. I was watching Star Wars, and Star Wars was where Queen Amidala was starting to say, I'm going to make a vote of no confidence for the Galactic Senate. It was so bloody weird, but what had happened on Naboo? Is it Naboo? There was a trade blockage, and I was just like, whoa, this is happening in Iran right now. Like, their port is currently blocked off. There is a big galactic federation blockading one port of the world, which is major news. Everybody knows about it. But the Strait of Hormuz. And then what happens when the Strait of Hormuz suddenly, too many people are paying attention to what America is doing to a poor country, literally a poor country that just wants to be at the same level as everybody else. But for some reason, like, the people who are putting this blockade have literally started mini wars with everyone in that area. So I too, if I had made enemies anywhere else, would be petrified of them actually advancing their technology. It's just a consequence of my actions though, right? It's just a consequence of my actions that I pushed people into a corner and they started reacting. That's not cool, America. That's not cool. You can't then play the victim and say, oh no, they're gonna bomb us. Well, if the shoe fits, Cinderella. So I've been letting you all know, if you've been paying attention, that Australia doesn't really have that kind of issue. We don't have an issue where you're going to have to choose between your country or not and become an enemy of the state in your own country just because you have a different opinion. I don't know. We didn't have that many factories being built around here. Shout out to everybody that did something about the factories. Shout out to anybody who took a recipro to a power. Who knows? The world is changing because we're changing it. We're voting individually in the here and now how we will operate in the future. We are actively choosing if we're going to continue to perpetuate the same nonsense that we've perpetuated for the last 400 years or not. We are either going to rise above, rise out of this Seven of Sword energy of the past, or we won't. Ultimately, it's up to us to recognize. This is just taking me to the beginning of the reading. A hardship is a hardship for as long as we decide it is. If people are going to continue stealing your independence, if you are going to constantly be reminded that you need freedom inside of your state, your mind, you're this or you're that, then those people really aren't giving you choices. They're not showing you choices that are actually real based on anything that should be followed or adhered to. Maybe, as a matter of fact, the presidents of the world need to sit the fuck down and listen to the people that are actually standing behind them, dropping out of military, dropping out of government services, dropping out of jobs. And I mean, if everybody stopped going to work and giving taxes over on a day-to-day basis, maybe people would listen, at least the people in power, at least the people sitting inside of their oval protected rooms, right? But it doesn't matter because inside of those rooms, they don't see what's going on the outside. They don't follow what's going on the outside. I mean, they lead the way, right? They're the ones leading the icebreakers. They're the ones breaking the news. They're the ones telling us what's happening with who and why. And we listen. It's either smart or it's not. It's either intelligent or it's not. It's either going to be something that we continue to allow to happen on the outside of our experience or we don't. Ultimately, the world will continue to manifest as it has. It does not require us as a species to continue going around. Matter of fact, the world seems to do a lot better when we are not a part of it. So, either which way, that was the 4 o'clock message. Let's go to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock here. Creativity, pleasure, and heart. Leo, this message may be for you. Otherwise, card number 14. Card number 14 is attached to the 9 of Cups. I can see that you've been somebody who's going to choose to walk your own way. You can walk your own way, go your own way. Now, 7 of Swords, 7 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and the Chariot, which is a 7. 7, 7, 7. So at this bottom quadrant, it's like you choose. You've been in the energy of protection for a while. You're at this quadrant, somebody who's very connected to their intuition, very connected to their higher self, very connected to maybe the mysteries of life that make 1 + 1 equal more than 2. I don't know how it's going to resonate for you, but you've been somebody who's been willing to stay in your own path, in your own lane, and this is giving you a satisfaction return. You've been somebody who recognizes that you're not the same as everybody else. Something different about you. You've been somebody who was always willing to get that shift in perspective. You've always been willing to see things from a different perspective. Maybe Neptune is relevant to you, ideals and disillusion. The Page of Cups and the Sun. And the Emperor. By you recognizing that you can continue to steer yourself towards the direction that feels right to you. You can continue to choose. Am I going to go Am I going to choose between what is easy and what is right? Choose between what is easy and what is right. By you choosing between what is easy, you may feel good. You may feel good for a little while. You may feel as though everything is going right, but you're not going to learn anything by going with what is easy. By you going with what is right, you're actually going to have another awakening. How many have you gone through just this year? How many times have you realized that you are on a different trajectory than most people? You are on a trajectory that people sometimes bypass. Not because they are actively choosing to bypass it, but because they have no awareness of any other choices than what they're making. These people who are inside of your experience, who don't have the same perspective as you, they're making choices, they're living their life, they're not hurting anybody, they're not hurting themselves, but they're also not reaching the highest potential that they could. This celestial body of the sun is telling me that when you are in alignment, when you're actually moving with your rhythm, your pace, your flow, this is where you feel the energy of the chariot just move easily, and your heart does flow a lot easier. Look, we started with the heart chakra, and again here, it's like grooves in the heart. And yeah, anyway, you're somebody who's moving forward. You've taken command of yourself, you've taken command of your ego, you've got your emotions in check, your feelings are under wraps, and you're seeing things from the right perspective. You're seeing things from the right attitude. Wow. Card number 15, 6 o'clock, Virgo, service and refinement. Ace of Cups, you've probably been working on a new healing modality. You've probably been working on a new healing modality. You've been taking command of something in your life, in your world. We've got the Five of Cups in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Devil in the reverse, with the Lovers in reverse going back into the deck. Okay. You've healed so much. You can't go back. If you're getting down, baby, I want it now, baby. Move it all around, baby. I want it now, baby. Okay, so Virgo, or 6 o'clock, service and refinement. You've been somebody who has been part of the healing community for a while. You're a light worker for sure. You don't need to be a Virgo, but you're a light worker. You may be somebody who helps people deal with the losses of loved ones, like grieving, mourning, separation, the passing of a loved one. You are somebody who helps people see where they're at a place of new beginnings and just not ready to realize it yet. You may be somebody who sees people's potential before they see it. You may see their abilities, their giftings before they do, and you are somebody who's going to be able to call this out more and more and more. The Devil in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Five of Cups in the reverse. Overall, this feels like you are somebody who helps people let go of things that are toxic to themselves. It's like I'm drawn back to this, the toxic community pillar thing. You may be somebody who just helps people see that they've been sacrificing themselves to people who no longer deserve them, is the way that it comes across there. Anyway, so I'm going to move on. Let me know if any of this is not making any sense for you. You can book a personal reading. I do see that by you going in this Ace of Swords energy, by you being in the energy of Virgo or in the energy of service and refinement, by you continuing to pour out healing energy towards yourself and towards the collective field, this is where you are just being gifted with, again, alignment. You're being gifted with more and more of yourself, is the way that I want to say, and the way that it wants to be expressed. So looking at card number 7, 7 o'clock, Libra, relationships and reflection. We have the Star. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The crowd is here and the lights are on. Yeah, Wong Joey, no dramas. Can you go back to the start of the video for me and check if you resonate with the internal 9 though? Because otherwise it's just going to come out strange, buddy. This is a live show being filmed live, and so do your best to go back to the beginning of the message, this video, or even my channel, and find a message that resonates with you generally. General readings, with regards to me being a channel, that has quite a few offerings, I think that you can go and find that for yourself, right? You don't need me to be an information receptacle for you in the here and now. That is a little bit like needy, I would say, isn't it? Don't you think? I'm not your parent, I'm not your child. Thank you so much, Wong Joey, for removing that comment. I appreciate you. Absolutely love your work, Wong Joey. So yeah, appreciate you coming in here and randomly deciding to change the energy towards yourself. Maybe you should start a YouTube channel, my friend, and stop clout chasing on other people's channels. It's just sad. It's just sad. It's literally taken me 35 years to be as confident as I am in the here and now, and anybody that has a problem with the way that I choose to show up can literally go and fuck themselves. You've got two hands, you've got lots of fingers, you don't need me to interact with you, or I don't need you to interact with me like that. Literally, you've got two fingers, you've got a hand, go and sort yourself out. This isn't the vibe. Going back to 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, we've got relationships and reflections. Card number 16, Libra, if you're playing for that at home. You've got the Star. And so I'm going to tell you, your Oracle card here, ... gone. Remove energy hooks and unhealthy attaches. What can I say? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Source, for showing me what I need to see, when I need to see it, as I need to see it. Thank you for showing us, the collective field, what we need to see so that we can feel connected to ourselves in the here and now, so that we can be renewed by our own light, by our own joy, by our own connection to Source, God, to creation, by us truly laying hold of who we are, what we are, how we are, showing up in the field. This is when we change it. You can't change the field if you're pretending to be somebody else. If you're copying any part of somebody else, you're not being yourself, and therefore you're just perpetuating history. By you choosing to sound like somebody else, talk like somebody else, copy somebody else, any of this, you're not yourself. And so you're actually just pouring energy into somebody else's life experience and giving them energy to do more of what they want to do with their lives. You're not living your life, you're becoming the NPC that I talked about at the beginning of this reading, right? So if you are externally regenerating yourself, if you are using other people's energy to restore yourself or to regenerate yourself, then you are truly not operating from a place of consciousness. You are not operating from a place of awareness. You are actually operating from the place that sin describes, separated from consciousness, in your own strength, in your own understanding. And this is why you may not feel the renewal. So let's have a look. Is this renewal in the relationships and connections? What do we got? Got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. The sword cuts both ways. If you're not able to regenerate your own self, if you're not able to command yourself, if you can't emotionally regulate yourself, if you're not somebody who can pull yourself out of the energy of apathy or the energy of what is it, delaying, when you're delaying something when you know you need to do it now. Anyway, if you're not somebody who can keep yourself inside of satisfaction, it's your life ultimately. If you're somebody who needs to lean on somebody else for very long, if you're somebody who doesn't recognize the power and the experience inside of yourself, then ultimately Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra specifically for this point, you might be somebody who is not in awareness. You may not have a clear awareness of who you are, who you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do. Because if you're somebody who needs the outside world to tell you who you are, ultimately you're still a child. And I don't know, some part of this feels like a child star. Michael Jackson coming out again. The The Knight of Swords. So I'm going in the right direction here. What is it? By you choosing to externally process how you find yourself, how you find your own truth, how you choose to receive truth from the world around you, the way that you gain clarity is progressing slowly. You are progressing slowly towards this message. Cool. Shouting out to my grandmother in the here and now. Shout out to Theo as well. Shirley, shout out to you. Whew. King of Pentacles, Three of Cups. King of Pentacles is in the reverse. These cards here fell there. Don't know. The three cards that I've got here is the Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, and the King of Wands in the reverse. And it's so interesting that the King of Wands comes out in the reverse, because on the inside, it's like if you don't recognize for yourself that other people inside of this experience are living their own life, they're living their own energy, they're moving in their own way. Nobody is really able to take steps towards your dream, your purpose, your ambition. When you are truly drawing from yourself, when you're using your energetic purpose, your own destiny to project yourself forward into the future, this is where no one can copy, no one can imitate, no one can steal even anything from you, because you don't ever have to verbalize it. You don't ever have to say it out loud. The universe, once you decide for yourself that you want to work with the universe, that you want to work lockstep with the universe, it will come alongside you. It will cut away all of the toxic, negative people, the people who bring a negative mindset. It will naturally progress you. Maybe not as quickly as you want to, but it will progress you in the direction that you're supposed to go. This is God, Creator, Source. And it will block anyone from having command over your reality, over your life, because you have already renewed yourself. You have removed the energetic hooks of those who came in the past, who tried to steal, take, and destroy anything from you. And you have decided, no, I will be sovereign. I will be self-sustaining, self-fulfilling. I will be somebody who comes into the collective field as a renewed star and not as this burnt out thing that needs energy from others. Because ultimately, when I see that anybody needs energy from me, then they can come in this form of, I don't know, it feels like fawning. Oh, poor me, poor me. Like, no. Every motherfucker has to come to their own fucking senses and realize for themselves. You're in control of your bloody self. Take ownership of that. You're not a child. You don't need me to give you a dummy. You don't need me to give you a bottle. Like, fuck. Go to a bar and talk to a bartender or some shit if you can't figure out how to go talk to a psychologist. Go talk to a general practitioner if you actually give a crap about your own mental health. Like, literally. No one has the ability to command or control you when you recognize that you are truly in control and in charge of yourself. But you can give that up if you want to. Like, there are genuinely people that seem to fall into the pattern or the rhythm of getting in trouble and needing to be corrected by the system, needing to be corrected by corrections, police officers, or jail time, or even going to meetings where you have to constantly bring your vibration down to match everybody else and say, hi, my name's Chris and I'm a tarot reader. I have a problem. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't need to sit in a circle and go, kumbaya, but we can. Ultimately, these people will find us and we choose if we let them attach to us or not. These people barely have command over their own lives, so they can't really do anything to progress towards our truth because they just don't see it. They just don't see that the energy that exists within you is the same energy that existed at the very beginning of time and is the same energy that will exist at the very end of time. It may change form, but this is what it is. Energy cannot be destroyed, it can only change form. So I'll continue. Card number 17, 8 o'clock, Scorpio, transformation and power. Now, transformation and power is coming out with the Two of Pentacles. Why is that not hitting live? Two of Pentacles is talking about balance. So you've been balancing out the way that the energy's been coming forward for you. You've been somebody who on the inside maybe didn't know which way to go, what way to go. I've got the Four of Cups is what I'm talking about here, leading into the Two of Pentacles. Cardinal to Cardinal. It feels like you've been starting something. You've started to bring balance to something. After this renewal, what is it, Spirit? What's going on with the Two of Pentacles? So it's like three. Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. I'm just not playing around anymore. I'm only going to take 3. These 1, 2, 3, 4 is not right. So whatever. Can't be bothered. I just want to get to the end of this reading. Two of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Queen of Wands, Seven of Swords. All right, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back. What? 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 What's going on? You wanna come in here? Who's barking? You're all barking mad? You're barking mad, yeah? You don't need to be barking. I'll come out in a minute. What? What? There's no one there. What's wrong? What's wrong? Yeah, no. I can't be distracted by the dogs. This might just be an afternoon thing from now on. It's distracting. I feel like literally my brain is like with dogs. Mental fatigue. I'm Shirley. This is just the normal 22 card spread. This is my normal format. This is the regular 22 card spread. I'm just pulling 3 cards for each of the external 12 to give the external 12 a little bit more context. And I'm not using the internal 9 for too much context. I'm allowing it to permeate outwards like a mandala. But yeah, this is originally how I used to use this deck. But yeah, it tends to be quite a lot of cards, so. Also pretty sure that my mum will be messaging me sometime soon to let me know about going to lunch. I don't know why she keeps texting me brunch, trying to change my own plans that I invited her to. But yeah, if she's bored and she wants to do anything else, she can go and do that. I'm not taking any pressure. I do not give consent. And yeah, I do not consent to looking after the dogs today at all. I reclaim my sovereignty in the here and now. Cheers. Okay, so Scorpio, shout out to anybody born in between the years 1983 and 1995. Oh, wait, 1883 and 1995? What's wrong? You're getting boring, mate. What's wrong? Oi! Roar! 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 Do I bark too? Do I make big noises, make all you uncomfortable and all scary? No. Could we calm down, please? Please. Can we calm down? It's getting to be a bit much. Calm down. Hey! All three of you can sit. You can shush. Thank you very much. There is no reason for you to be alerting for a bark. Now go and lay on your mum and dad's bed or your dad and dad's bed and enough. Stop looking at the front, mate. Stop giving yourself anxiety, mate. There is nothing happening. There is absolutely nothing happening, okay? And so the barking becomes embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself because you can't regulate yourself while your dads are not here. Calm down. Eight o'clock, Scorpio, transformation and power. We've got the Two of Pentacles. You've been calling in some kind of transformation for a long time. You've been probably transforming from the hardship that you were going through at the beginning of this reading. After you went through the hardship, you may have had a level of apathy. Now you've brought balance to that and you're moving into the energy of somebody who's radiating their own energy, their own power. You are somebody who knows what strategy to employ and when to employ it, and you're moving forward with a spark that can't be taken away, can't be controlled, can't be affected by others. Moving on, 9 o'clock, we've got Sagittarius, expansion and belief, card number 18. This card here is the 10 of Cups. You, Sagittarius, are at the moment the what? The illusion, the happiness, the harmony. What is it? What are you? Who are you? Why are you? Expanding towards everything being, wow, okay. Sagittarius, you're just somebody who's energetically exchanging with the universe right now in a fair and balanced way. You're somebody who knows that we are in Taurus season. You're in tune with your feelings. You're in tune with your emotions. You're in tune with the full experience. 10 of Cups confirming the 10 of Cups. You've been somebody who, by giving and giving and giving, you've been somebody who's now going to be given back to. Thank God for you, Sagittarius. Don't know if you're resonating with this at all so far, at all, whatever, I don't know, but whatever. C'est la vie. Last card for you, Sagittarius, is the Queen of Cups. Your compassion is elevating. You are somebody who's been operating maybe on the more feminine energy than the first half of the wheel even. And yeah, now it's time for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy. You've done the hard work. You've done the hard work of giving of yourself fairly, justly, truthfully, using your throat chakra, using your solar plexus chakra. You've been somebody who has grounded down into the experience and allowed your root chakra to really progress your energy all the way into your crown. And you've been somebody who's done an all-around Kundalini kind of awakening here. The Queen of Cups giving me that energy. You've really connected with yourself. You've really connected with your magic, and you've connected with your ability to see. Your ability to see now is interesting. Got the Queen of, Strength and the World coming out here. You're somebody, Sagittarius, who has been maybe, what language? It's like you've just missed out on getting everything that you wanted in the past, and now it's time for you to get everything that you want exactly when you're supposed to. So, moving on. For fuck's sake, can I just breathe and talk and finish? I don't need to burp. I've got acid reflux from stress because of this happening out there, because of me trying to be focused on this thing, because of that. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I am 4 cards away from being done with this message today. Thank the fucking stars. I'm so over it. What is this restless energy? What is this energy that is not even mine? Onwards and upwards. Let go of outgrown situations. The new will be unveiled. And what new is being unveiled for you? 10 o'clock, Capricorn, career and reputation, your choices. It's like the universe is honoring the choices you've made in the past. Why? Because they were in alignment. You maybe studied, you maybe got familiar with the internal experience, the 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. Maybe you were somebody who recognized that if you, no one's coming to save you, so no one's coming to stop you either. You got creative. You got the creator on your side, the mother. Mama, I killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life has just begun, and now you're gone and blown it all away. Boom, boom, boom. Are you going to become a traveling salesman, Capricorn? Are you going to be moving on up, moving on up, moving on up? Because you're moving on up, moving on now. Time to break free. Nothing can stop you. Wow. All right. 4 of Cups. Yeah, will you, won't you? I don't know. That's always going to be up to you. Will you, won't you? I don't know. Oh, Capricorn, you could either go with your emotions here. You could either choose to recognize that sometimes emotional energy can be a little bit chaotic. And so you have to decide for yourself. Are you going to show up in mixed bag energy, or are you going to be somebody who shows up in the energy of holding all the choices, holding all, like I'm seeing like a waiter or a chef. It's like teppanyaki even. Are you going to be somebody that offers people what they're looking for, or are you going to be somebody that is going to continue giving yourself what you're looking for, making yourself feel good inside of a otherwise difficult experience, right? It's not necessarily bad energy here. It just feels like you're choosing to honor yourself before you choose to honor anybody else. And this honoring of yourself is what's going to continue unlocking more and more choices, allowing you to move forward creatively, and really to move away from people who just have no matching energy to the energy that you're pushing out into the world, Capricorn. So yes. Anyway, then at 11 o'clock, we got Aquarius, community and purpose, card number 20. We got the Hierophant. Hierophant coming out. Person resonating with this message, you may be a Taurus, you don't have to be, you may be a Aquarius, like I said before, but you may be somebody who is using their Taurus energy at the moment in Taurus season to stabilize or order their fears, stabilize or order their creative blocks, stabilize or order their pathway forward. You're somebody who's got lots of experience in, like you've got a lot of knowledge. The Hierophant is somebody who has a lot of knowledge, and for that to be sitting inside a community and purpose, it's like you're taking steps to order your mind. You're taking steps to control your mind even, so that then you can move forward correctly. And I'm seeing the 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles will be your last card here. Oh, Aquarius, you're doing these things to stabilize your legacy, stabilize your future. If you didn't do the ordering of your right brain, if you didn't do the restructuring of your left brain, your creative brain can get out of control. Your creative side, your feminine side can create quite a lot. If you've ever heard of thought stacking, if you've ever heard of a negative cognitive schema, maybe from this channel, maybe not. These things are literally holding you back. So the more attention you can give to putting order into your logic side, putting structure into, well, not even just guardrails into your creative side, so that you're not wasting your energy on things that are not important. Like, it's giving the energy of a mother that doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. And you as a child could consistently and endlessly help that mother decide for herself, but ultimately it's her life. You're not going to let yourself be consumed by a mother that doesn't even know what she wants for herself, right? This is why maybe you're being called out into the world again to go and do the work, to go and do everything that is in your heart to do, in your mind to do, because ultimately the people in the past are stuck inside of the stories that they keep telling themselves each and every single day. But you are not one of those people at all whatsoever, the person who's resonating with this. 12 o'clock, subconscious and surrender. Card number 21. This card is for Pisces. Yo, stalemate. What do you do with stalemate energy? What do you do with stalemate energy? Do you play chess? Do you know what happens at a stalemate? Basically, your 5 minutes are up. Nobody has taken the victory. You're just at a stalemate. That's the end of the game though. 10 minutes have elapsed, 5 minutes per player, and the game is over. No person ends up as the victor, but both people walk away with something. The purpose of chess is simple. It's to play. The purpose of chess is to play your opponent's mind on a battlefield nice and safely inside of the parameters of a 2D battlefield, 3D with the pieces. This becomes a virtual playground for the mind, for the psyche. This becomes a place where, well, inside of community, or inside of subconscious and surrender, this is where you can really truly get a good understanding of how it is that I move forward in my life and how it is that I choose to progress myself forward. This experience boils down to a mute outcome for the most part. No one person will ever be able to fully understand who you are, where you are going, and what you're doing it for. Not fully, unless you let them all the way into that experience, into that expression. Nobody will ever get to know fully what it is that you're trying to achieve with your day-to-day, your moment-to-moment, your life, right? There is nothing in this world that can prevent you from achieving your own highest potential. Well, there is. It's you. You are the biggest block that you will ever encounter in your life. I promise. Take a look in the mirror and recognize that that's the only person that's ever been able to hold you back from realizing your full potential. King of Cups. The Ace of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. King of Swords goes back. Three of Cups goes back. And the Judgment goes back. Look, Pisces, 12 o'clock, subconscious surrender, card number 21. You get 3 cards coming out here as clarifications. You've got the King of Cups, emotional stability, the Ace of Pentacles, a manifestation, and the High Priestess. You, Pisces, are somebody who learns on the go. You are somebody who recognizes when an opportunity can teach you something. You recognize when there is something to be surrendered or sacrificed in order for the entire mission to progress forward. You recognize that when you plant your seeds, things really do manifest. Things really do appear in the way that you need them to appear. No longer are you struggling to have your manifestations appear for you. And this is because you are more in tune with your femininity. You are more in tune with receiving from the universe in the universe's time frame. You're not somebody who is chasing anymore. I'm not seeing the energy anywhere in here really of somebody who's chasing. So if you've been somebody who's chasing something on the outside, maybe you're chasing a personal best, maybe you're chasing a career, like My message today isn't for the chaser. It's actually for the chased. And you'll understand that if you understand that, and you won't if you won't, and that's fine. Overall, I believe that I speak to people who are in charge of themselves, who are ultimately governing and guiding themselves to a place of harmony and resonance, ultimately. I don't believe that I speak to anybody who is afraid to take control of themselves. And I also don't believe that I'm speaking to anybody who is not afraid to take control of others. I would never speak to people who use narcissistic traits, behaviors, or expressions in the same way that I speak to people who I believe are light workers or empaths. The people who I believe are on the NPD scale, I would not be encouraging to watch my content, because you will feed yourself into a delusion that I nor any psychotherapist will be able to help you out of. And if you do have any traits, behaviors, or expressions which are narcissistic in nature, just know that unless you've got NPD, you can change the way that you express yourself. You can change your own traits. You can change your behaviors, but it's ultimately up to you. Yes, of course, you can continue to go out into the world and believe that the world is happening to you, that you are a wounded individual inside of the world, and that the world needs to look after you because it hurt you. Cool, cute, cool story. I hope you make a lot of friends, because misery loves company. But otherwise, if you're somebody who's actually hearing what messages come out of my channel, you're somebody who wipes your own ass, you wipe your own face of your tears, you literally wipe the blood away from your nose and you get on with it. Not saying you have a stiff upper lip or anything like that, but I'm literally saying we sort ourselves out. Like, for the most part, I'm sitting here now, it's 12:02 on the clock. I've been going for a total of 3 hours nearly, and for the most part, I only need 50 hours to reach my membership. And I've been asking over the last 2 weeks, I've been letting you all know over the last 2 weeks that all I need from you in support is for view time to happen. And I thought I could take a couple days with that request having been delivered to you, and it would mean something, but it doesn't. For the most part, my content exists inside of the live feature, and not many people are catching back the replays. So that exists where that exists. Personal readings, I'm never going to go through and put timestamps on personal readings, mostly because they're personal, they're private to you, and that I have no other way of keeping your privacy available for you other than doing that. But yeah, everything else for the most part is time-stamped and blah, 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 blah. That's why, like, for the most part, I just laugh whenever people come through and they're like, oh, can I grab some general advice? Like, yeah, bro, check my channel out. That's the best general advice I can give for you, because for the most part, I show up in the here and now and I give my best. I give my best as often as I can. And if that's not good enough, then fuck off. Go find someone else, because I'm not your pet. I'm not on your payroll. I'm not doing anything more than keeping myself happy, keeping my 2 feet on the ground here, reading cards for people that I believe are my friends, people that I believe are my family, people that I connect with on an energetic wavelength over the internet. But ultimately, if like, have a look at my numbers. I have 1,120 something subscribers, like, and there are 4 people watching right now. That's an accumulation over the full period of time that I've been trying to make it as YouTube whatever. So there are 4 of you watching out of the total 1,000 whatever. Now, I'm grateful to have these small numbers, because I would hate to be a huge YouTuber that has such a poor review number. Do you know what I mean? So, like, in the here and now, I'm somebody who's very small numbers, and luckily when I go live, at least 1,000 people check me out. But sometimes I'm watching my favorite content creators and they don't even get 1% of their viewership watching their videos, which is horrible. And then some people don't even get comments. Like, I try and get you guys to engage with me the way that I want you to engage with me. I'm now seeing that there are love hearts floating around as well, like in the chat. Like, for the most part, what am I getting out of this experience? I'll put that question on you. What am I getting out of this experience showing up for you? Am I getting an equivalent exchange? Am I being met where I'm meeting you? I don't know. And also, if you've told me to subscribe to you, why do I need to subscribe to you? For example, I was on a couple of other channels and I've subscribed to people, but ultimately, if you're not showing up every day, sorry, I'll call it out. If you're not showing up every day, and I'm about to call myself out too, so don't worry, I put myself in the same boat. You're not showing up every day for yourself. If you're not consistent when you return to the camera, like if you're literally just trying your best, cool, but I resonate with people who are sovereign with themselves. I resonate with people who are leading themselves. I don't resonate with people who need to wipe each other's bottoms, wipe each other's faces, and make each other feel good or bad about each other. That's not what I want to come to YouTube for. I want to come to YouTube and sit inside of people's messages like a rally, like a meeting of the universe, like a cosmic meeting. Like you called me into your meeting and we created this moment together. Yeah? Otherwise, I don't care about your third party situation. You're a fucking reader. Have some professional self-respect. Stop telling me about your dog and your cat and your poodle and your whatever. Like literally, I don't care about your third party. I don't even care about my third parties. My third parties are ghosts to me, ultimately, because I don't have fucking time. I don't have time to make sure that the people in the middle are being looked after. No, I'm here out the back trying to make sure that everybody is gonna get into the right direction. Otherwise, from the back, I'm just gonna stay back here and chill because I'm not in a rush to make it to the big numbers of like, say 1 million subscribers and I only get 100,000 people watching. That's 10% at least. But do you know what I mean? Like there is no purpose in me striving for such a big number if I'm not going to be meeting those people where they're at. Like it's such an empty thing. I would rather go sit in a mega church and watch somebody else puppeteer the congregation in the way that I know that they do. Oh, so be it. Anyway, perfect segue. The 22nd card for here today. The top of the reading is the Six of Swords. So overall, if you've been somebody who recognizes that your way of thinking may bring harmony to your own experience, it may bring harmony to those who resonate with you on an individual level, it may bring dissonance. Ultimately, by you showing up as you are, by you recognizing that you've gone through a plethora of experiences that other people may never surpass, may never even get the chance to experience because they may never be ready to accept that the world is not happening to them. It's actually happening for them. You just have to get on the boat and put that paddle in the water and keep fucking swimming. Keep going, because ultimately, who wants to stay at a Five of Pentacles? No one. And in the here and now, I'm going to cancel out everything I've ever said about the Pentacles being something that can be a part of the collective or the individual. Nah. This Five of Pentacles is nothing to be looked at as something to be envied. You will, as an individual, get to your Ten of Pentacles. You will, as an individual, rise to your own occasion. Rise to the energy that you've been offering the collective field. Why? Because you've gone through shit that should have bloody stopped you, blocked you, kept you in chains, bondage in the past that literally you said no to. This message isn't for everyone. This message isn't for everyone. But this message is for those people who recognize that the thoughts of others, the intentions of others, the impacts of others, yes, they may have some kind of an effect on us, but ultimately it is our narrative. It is our story. And the way that we choose to talk about these people who are from our past is absolutely our choice, whether we acknowledge them or not. Don't forget, his story and your story is yours to tell exactly the way that you want to tell it. So to wrap this up to the very beginning of the reading, if you are taking that first entry-level job, if you are somebody who's around 14 or 9 months years old and you've got your first job and you're meeting that entry-level part of the world where you're just a cog in the machine, a person standing at McDonald's, a person standing at the coffee machine, a person standing at the cash register, whatever it is, you're that entry-level worker. Congratulations. Get a good head on what's going on inside that workplace and see if you can transcend it. See if you can get to management. See if you can up-rank yourself. Once you've done that, start paying attention to how everybody else operates. If you are somebody that wants to get ahead, it's so easy to burn through NPC jobs. You can get an NPC job easy, surely. You've taken your resume to restaurants before. You've gone in and spoken to people before. Jobs are easy to get. Charisma, uniqueness, nerve, talent. I'm drawing on RuPaul's Drag Race just now, but these things help you progress in your real world. You will find what you need exactly when you need it, when you start looking for it. Ultimately, the second level of people will be the people who are the ones that activate those first level of people. So for example, McDonald's is always there, open 24 hours of the day. So that means that somebody is always inside that store. Somebody is always being paid a wage to be inside of that store, to keep the lights on, to keep the burgers rolling, to keep the chips rolling, to keep the floors clean, right? And so you, as the person who might be sitting at the second tier, you who have already accumulated your wealth, you've got your wealth of mind, you've got your wealth of body, you've got your wealth of material possessions. You, the second person, are that flash of light that passes through all of these places and activates all of them. Think of Shrek. Welcome to Julock. Right? The individuals, Shrek and Donkey, activated far out. I'm literally gonna go fucking crazy with these fucking dogs barking all the fucking time. For what? For nothing. They're barking at nothing. And so I'm gonna be like paranoid looking what they're barking at, what they're barking at, what they're barking at. And I'm gonna get anxious, which is not a vibe. So that needs to change. I'll talk to my housemates about that soon. You as an individual, and I've lost my point. For fuck's sake. Can you come back? No. Whatever. Deuces. Gone. And why? What were you barking at? Can you let me know what you were barking at so that we can all be in on the joke? Because there's nothing there. Anyway, I have a serious question. I have a serious question that I might need the answer to. So the person who was renting this room before me, I've been told, had a methamphetamine slapping problem. As somebody who's sleeping in this bed, do I need to change the bed? Like, can they sweat that stuff into the bed? Is that something that I need to look at? Is that something that's inside this room? Like, I don't know. I shouldn't have even fucking said that in the here and now, but anyway. And it's so frustrating as well. For me, the biggest thing for me, these dogs are huge. And so I don't understand why these dogs are so scared that they're barking all the time. And the owners of the dogs have let them sit in the front room and they bark at the cars that drive past. Like, this is their setup. And I need to talk to the housemate that I spoke to before because I made a mistake. I actually will be charging for babysitting these dogs because they stress me out. Like, they're stressing me out now. I have not been able to do my thing for 3 hours peacefully because these dogs have been barking at nothing. I pay to live inside this room. Like, I also don't really understand why they're not outside when you're not home. Like, anyway, totally gonna talk about it when it's relevant in time, but also I'm month to month, so it may just be a matter of me changing locations. But yeah, that's it. That's all. That's done. This is done. Done. Anyway. Yay. There you go. That is the spread. $22 plus 3 times 12. Not bad. Anyway. Have a good one and goodbye. Oh, what? This is saying that it's only been recording for 1 hour and 19 minutes. What does that mean? Damn. Okay, bye.